with Mike. I could bring Mike in for this, but I'll let him enjoy his time. You know. Actually, no, he wants to see. Give me a second. Just gonna bring him right in for the crack. He'll join the call at some point. Crack time.
Yay! I've already been indulging.
I noticed. Also, I'm so glad to be home. That was completely pointless for me to be there.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you should be more happy to be out with your family. Really, I would be if I could have my dog with me. It's almost like that's needed. We don't want to upset your aunt. I don't give a fuck.
Let's see where you are.
Wherever it loads. Apparently there's a way to turn off the 2K launcher, which will make it go faster.
I am unaware of that method.
It's in the general chat in the Discord.
You did the full 80s haircut.
Yeah,
oh,
no, somebody
God.
asked for the full 80s haircut, so we did it.
That is the Starfire 80s haircut right there.
Yeah, it is. I'll probably change it at some point.
Damn.
Looks good. Don't be jealous. Be mad I got more hair than you.
It's not that much of a challenge at this point.
I know. See, who am I gonna use?
So, I have successfully gotten all the characters. I just completed the game. And I have almost all the characters up to max level.
What are you gonna do when you finish all your crack?
Probably go back into the original crack, which was Destiny 2. Plus,
You have an addiction.
Plus, I need to go back to editing.
I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
The shockwave would shatter most of the glass in my approach path.
Ah, well, that is not good.
Yeah,
I try to be considerate.
I think you're using the same skin that I did for Captain Marvel.
I'll probably switch it off at some point.
What's
Yeah,
up?
you are.
Do not stray from path.
Oh, you got the class. Is that her normal? Yeah, that's the normal one. She
Yeah, I
has
haven't
the,
changed her yet. This is
We're
still
sending
early
you
in the
straight
game,
to
so not a lot is
coordinates
unlocked.
Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there.
Remember, no spoiling.
Look at that strut.
I know! They knew what they were doing with that strut.
Have you explored any of the Abbey yet, or are you kind of leaving that for right now?
I did a little. I showed them a little bit of the Abbey. I'm going to show them a little bit more, probably tonight.
There is a lot there.
There is.
Plus, that all has to do with other character stories as well. And random.
Disney didn't write any of this. This is how she acts in the comics. Oh my gosh, everyone's just ready to bitch at Disney.
I mean, to be fair, there's usually a pretty large amount of people that kind of just make that their national pastime.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not. They do give
Looks
plenty
like
of
Captain
reasons
Marvel
to
was
do
right
it. I'm
on
just
this.
saying there is a dedicated group of people.
A single world-ending calamity.
We do know a few of them, too.
Your appetite
Oh,
for
Faustus!
destruction.
Fuck him.
You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
Right in the face.
Interesting tactic.
Your time has come.
Throwy, throwy time.
Hell that.
Hydra Agent just saw his entire life flash before his eyes for a second. And he's just thinking, damn. Oh, I can do that one. Nope.
Hail Hydra.
Don't worry, I can take it.
You know, I'm surprised this thing still hasn't gotten any cheat stuff yet.
No retreat.
Did you think that would stop me?
It appears they've bolstered their forces.
It's your time.
So, wait, you guys haven't actually read anything of the older Avengers stuff? Okay, that makes more sense on why people... I don't like Carol
You
and the
don't
newer
even
stuff.
know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus, and I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
His fucking poetry, by the way.
Your fate is sealed. Weak, even for Hydra.
Watch and learn, my friends. A gift from the ancient traditions. Let's give it a go.
That was
He's
something.
fine.
Is that all?
That was really something.
You got your fix through Rogue Stories. That's not a bad way to get your fix, honestly. You over there? I'm not gonna reach him. You back?
They miss up a smoothie.
Yummy, I've got some hot cocoa here. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Engaging target.
Oh, you got your butt
Someone's
whooped.
hurt bad.
You know, she is better as Miss Marvel, yeah. I do like her
Her
struggles
death
of not
won't
wanting
be
to
safe.
become Captain Marvel and reasoning and stuff. But we've all but forgotten that, haven't we, Marvel?
Yep. She
Hide!
a thick
The
bitch,
last thing
though.
we need is for that pompous
She
buffoon
is.
to win today. Stop that chopper.
I wonder how hard...
With pleasure.
I wonder how hard they had to fight to give her a chest in
You
this.
did not think I was done, did you?
That's a good question. Because she does have a nice rack. I do know there is a cosmetic you can get that has the classic Miss Marvel lightning bolt on it. For her lounging costume.
Man, look at all these
It's good for knockback. Yeah, it gives you kill it anyway.
Think these guys got their tactics from the back of a magazine.
I so wanted that to be from the back of a comic book.
You've grounded the helicopter. Excellent. Now you'll need to clean up the rest of Hydra's forces.
Oh, Hydra.
Like I said, I actually like this game and the writing in it. I know a couple
Ready
people have been bitching about the writing, but so far I've enjoyed it.
What have they been complaining about with the writing? I don't really think there's any
If
issue.
you go on the discussion boards
Didn't think I
on
could get any
Steam, there's a bunch of
stronger.
people bitching about the writing. And they're like, oh, you know, it's too much like modern Marvel. I'm like, no, this is what we wanted Marvel to be. You're wrong there.
I mean, I really don't, like, there's not really any social justice-y crap in it. There's not any kind of, like, it's just a story about supernatural evil people and mommy issues.
Yeah.
Even the mother of demons is forced to rely upon hired hands occasionally.
Not even gonna bother with the knockback? Oh. No, that wouldn't be good for us, so... Yeah, you know what? That'll work. Time to learn how to fly.
Here we go.
Punch that man's soul clean out of him.
I believe I can fly.
That's the spirit.
The binary ability for her is actually really, really good.
It is.
I was kind of concerned about the card system when I was going into
Is the
this. But I
spoiler room
really,
just for the
really
game?
enjoyed
What do
it.
you mean? What did you want to spoil?
I mean, I don't think I've spoiled anything.
Oh no, somebody's asking. You're talking about comic books. Spoil them. I don't care. You can talk about the comics and stuff.
I have no idea. I don't think this story has any relation to the Midnight Suns comic books.
They're
but
trying
I'm
to
not sure.
now with the new comic. I've heard they're going to try to connect it.
Punching bags you
But I
come
think
to
this was
expect,
way in production. I
aren't
think
they?
Marvel's just rushing one now.
Somehow these humans,
Could be.
these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye.
Faustus, suck a
move
dick, man.
You're gonna want to move away from that explodey boy. I think. Don't know how many turns he's got left.
Got one. I love that they just kind of quietly follow you.
I do enjoy that the amount of environmental interaction you can have in this.
Did XCOM not have that?
Not really. It had some stuff that you could do like that, but not a whole lot. It was nothing compared to this. It didn't have like a system with the build-up and all that stuff for using it. It didn't have a card system. XCOM, all it had was it had like a normal like skill tree progression system with soldiers that you could do.
She can take the hit.
I would be curious if they do an overhaul on the customization system in this, because I'd be curious how much of it they add. 'Cause I'm not joking. I'm still going through chests at the Abbey, and I still get shaders.
You want to get mad? Do you want to see what the UK got for this game?
What did they get?
Hold on. Let me grab it. I gotta go through all the way up in our fucking...
What, they got,
So,
like, stats or
somebody
something?
DM'd me this and said you should find a UK fan to send it to you. And I saw it, and I went, fuck you UK people. I want it.
Let's see here.
Shall we get on with it? A moment of preparation. The light
Vengeance
shines
ain't
on the
in
most
it.
dutiful.
It ain't. Yeah, I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, the character card things. The
Yeah,
gold
so
ones.
that's how some people got them. I
You
found
had
out.
your chance to
Yeah, you told me that before, I think.
Some got it through being a reviewer. Some got it, I guess,
Well
through
done.
that box.
Seems like that's the last of them.
Last. There are more heads to the Hydra.
Use your
than
blue
you
eyes,
will
white
ever
dragon. God,
comprehend,
somebody's gonna mod that
heroes.
in. Wait for
This
it.
is a minor setback at
No.
most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory.
I don't know. He might come in later. They might
Well
add him in
done.
later. Vengeance.
If Hydra wasn't paying attention before,
And-
they are
I don't
now.
remember which character that is.
Stay sharp.
It's from the older Midnight Suns comics. I don't actually know anything about the Midnight Suns comics. I actually want to go look them up now.
I really don't know a whole lot about it either. Somebody's watching your ass.
I want him on my team.
You want? You know who that was, right?
Yes, because then in the at the Abbey, we just get to see him and Wolverine bitch at each other. It'd be funny.
They would probably just immediately try to kill each other.
Caretaker would take a shovel to both of them.
It's Sabretooth.
She'd try.
I'm trying to remember here. Because they already released who the DLC characters are going to be, which I can see how some of them fit in, given how the story.
That's why I think some of them they're gonna have their own. Like I think they're gonna add more and more story to this because this really does lend itself to have a lot of story stuff added.
Well, they're gonna have to have recruitment missions, so I feel like it's something that they like trimmed out of the main story of this, or they deliberately left out to develop the DLC, especially for the second one. I believe they're supposed to be doing, which is I'm not gonna give away.
Is it who I think it is? Is she?
No.
Okay.
They've released the 4 characters that they're going to do it on. I think I've already told everybody. I think it's already been put out.
Yeah, it's right out there on Steam.
Yeah, so it's going to be Deadpool, and then there's 3 other characters.
And they've already said right up front who Deadpool's voice actor is.
Yeah, it's Nolan North.
It's a video game. It's like, it's a rule that if it's a video game, it has to have Nolan North somewhere, even if he's just like one background voice for a second.
Pretty much, yeah, but he does do a good Deadpool.
He does. I need to stream the Deadpool game again. It's been a couple years.
Feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me.
That you're a bitch?
God, that hair.
It is bugging the shit out of you, isn't it?
See, here's the thing. Magic is a bitch.
She makes sense as a bitch. I know, I love her.
She's very Russian.
You overestimate my observational abilities.
Seems I have. Funny, you are the only living child of the Mother of Demons, yet I still have a greater connection to the darkness.
The darkness?
When I was holding the transdimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
Okay, I can see why they didn't have Vengeance in the game.
What reason would that be?
So somebody said Vengeance was a Walmart version of Ghost Rider. If anyone's listening and doesn't know the character, think Spike, you're Ghost Rider. They were probably just afraid people were going to mistake it for Spawn.
Probably, yeah, but I mean, they already have 2 Ghost Riders in this game.
You know, technically, they could probably get Todd to put Spawn in this, because Spawn used to be a Marvel character, and people don't believe me when I fucking say that. He was originally created for Marvel.
Yeah, but he was never published in any of their books.
I thought he was.
No. Spawn, I'm pretty sure Spawn's premiere is in Spawn #1, which was the first comic for Image Comics.
Then they were, then he was in the middle of working on the story where he was going to release, because he had to give up a Spawn character to get the rights back from Marvel.
He gave up Angela to get the rights back, the half angel character.
Which Marvel doesn't know shit what to do with.
But what I thought that was, though, is I thought that was because she wasn't created by Todd. She was created by somebody else who was working on the book and incorporated in from other Image Comics. When that guy left, he had the rights to that character and brought it to Marvel.
I'd always heard it was Todd had to sell her to Marvel, basically, because he was working on Spawn while he was at Marvel, and Marvel claimed that,
no. Angela was recently that she popped over there. That was like 3 or 4 years
okay,
ago.
Then I'll admit I'm wrong. I'm not a huge
I have
like,
no
knowledge
idea
on Spawn. I've read some of the comics and stuff. I'm not like diehard Spawn. I've met the creator, and we don't talk about that anymore. There is no footage of it. Spawn wasn't the first Image book. That was Youngblood. Oh my fucking god, I remember Youngblood. God, edgier than edgy edge of the edge.
Yeah, I think that was an offshoot. So yeah.
Oh no, Todd is a fucking amazingly sweet and friendly guy. It's just I was a complete fucking moron in front of him, and I don't like talking about it.
Spawn number 1 was the first appearance. That was 1992.
We should inform the others of any potential danger.
Warn them of what?
God damn it,
One
you
of Magic's airy-fairy
fucking
gut
bitch.
feelings? The Avengers are already unsure of us.
I'm redoing
I
this.
do not need to add to that. Best not say anything until I am better able to articulate it. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter.
Yeah, about
I
that. I'm
still
gonna
have a
turn
lot
back
of
time.
thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Also, Force, the character you asked if he shows up in this, they hinted him very heavily. I haven't gone far enough to know if they show him. And I'm gonna tell you.
What character did he say? Oh, okay.
Do you know? Do they show him?
I know if they do or if they don't, but I'm not going to say it because
That's the one he's been looking out for.
yeah, but if he wrote it in the chat, I'm not going to say it.
No, he didn't write in the chat. He wrote it to me. Him and I were talking about it privately because he's giving me shit for playing this.
Oh,
Wolverine's
yeah,
healing factor is keeping the enemy from killing him. Yes, it is. Also, does anyone else want to point out the bullshit of the zombie apocalypse thing when it comes to Wolverine getting affected because of the healing factor? Because that's been a thing everyone's been bitching about since Marvel Zombies. I still have some Youngblood comics, and I tried rereading them again a couple years ago, and I went, fucking why, though? Like, oh my god, why? Why? It's the edge of... This is... I like... I know a lot of people that really like 90s comics. I fucking hate 90s artwork in comics.
Yes, hello.
So here's the thing with Magic, is if you pick the more darker choices with her, generally she responds more positively to
Feeling a chill? I'm not a mind reader, Magic. Speak plain.
You know, Hunter, one of the things I like about you is your intolerance for bull. Even from me.
Stop speaking in riddles and just tell me what is on your mind.
It is not what's on my mind I'm worried about.
What worries you then?
When I was holding the trans-dimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign,
I felt, yep.
but an alarm bell.
Not all the 90s comics were bad. Why did Skolas's little sister become such a bitch? Is this your first time seeing her?
Yeah, no, Magic has always kind of been a bitch.
Danger is something I am a little too comfortable with myself.
It's supposed to be why it's so damn funny that
Reminds
she's
me of my
Skolas's
mother.
sister, because he's so damn
There's
friendly.
almost a comfort in it.
Yes, you understand. Not many can. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
She does give you more of her backstory. You do see her backstory, though, in the game. I will spoil that. You do kind of find out about it, and you do understand why she is the way she is. If you don't know anything about her, she does have a valid reason for how she acts. And also, welcome to my fucking gameplay. I save like a fiend.
Honestly, the autosaves in this game kind of override half of it.
Remember, I also have 2 saves running, so it makes it easier for me.
That is true.
I would show you guys what my character... Should I show them? Nah, because then it has to unload and reload. One day I'll show you guys what my other character looks like. She's a lot cuter. Either bitch or flawless. I'd rather the bitch. She makes sense. She makes sense the way she is. She has a background that makes sense for it. I know everyone's like, oh god, it's a bitch female character. Isn't this generic nowadays? No, she's been like that in the comics for a very long time. So it's not like this is a new thing for her. God, it's time to socialize.
Yep, hangout time. Who are we gonna hang out with here? So who we got?
You pick our first.
Alright, well, let's see who we got here. We got Doctor Strange, we got Blade, we got...
Tony.
I can't tell who the other two. Tony and
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Do we want to hang out with Tony? Because Tony is fun.
Tony is fun. I love Tony or Blade. I'm going with Tony. Come here, boy.
You're looking well, Chief.
His voice actor had way too much fun, is all I'm gonna say with him.
So Tony, I will say the activity that he usually likes the most out of that would probably be playing cards.
I was gonna say, there's no way he likes deep conversation. That's Doctor Strange.
No.
Or Blade.
Yeah, he's definitely, I don't think he's really a reading by the fire type of person either.
Reading by the fire is Blade, playing cards is Tony, deep conversation is Doctor Strange. Actually, reading by the fire would also be Carol, too, considering what happens later.
There's a few different ones that overlap. Each one of them has like 2 or 3 activities that they really, really enjoy.
Why do you have so much money?
Is a reconstituted revenant about to hit me up for cash, or...?
I mean, what is the point of having so much?
Oh, you aren't kidding. Concept of billionaire didn't exist back then, huh? What's the best way to put this? Money isn't everything, but it's a lot of things. It gets you access and greases the wheels. If you want to make big changes, money is a necessary evil.
Oh, which one? Oh, man, I'm kind of...
Do you want to know which one I wound up choosing, even though I won't tell you how it turned out?
I'm going with this one. If it doesn't work, I can always redo it.
Peace with it.
Of course not. I do useful things with my money. Most billionaires sit on their wealth so they can become even bigger billionaires. Or worse, they toy with vanity projects so they can lob cars at Venus or write their names across the entire surface of Australia. You know, standard rich idiot nonsense. They never bother to ask, am I making the world better for everyone or just myself? Or worse, they do, and they just don't care. But that's fine. Makes it easier to schedule them for a hostile takeover. Well, I had a blast. Hope you did too.
I don't have any presents for him.
Open the...
I'm sorry, there's actually somebody in the chat named Tony. It keeps freaking him out when I say Tony.
Tony!
I'm sure you're not as big of an asshole as Tony Stark, if that helps. Here's your fan service, everybody. Enjoy.
Oh, trust me, once you get some of those women in those bikinis, it's actually not too bad. I needed that.
Oh yeah, no, the bikinis, they knew exactly what they were doing with this game.
I will say this too. They actually gave each one of these characters an individual body. Like, they didn't do one of those things where they just copy-pasted body types.
I'm just saying some of those guys got bigger bulges than the others.
Yes, and some of those women have better forms than the others.
You know there's going to be DLC with the caretaker in a bikini and you're going to just regret life decisions.
Well, I'm not going to play it.
Good day, Hunter.
Am I able to do... Yep, okay.
So
she won't notice. Wait. She's right there, right, guys? She's not going to notice me doing this, right?
No, she does.
We don't need doors where we're going.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter. If you're going to continue our little investigation of the Abbey, they'll be vital to your success.
Investigation?
A side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my blessing, Wanda was working to uncover what may be the most powerful.
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
She noticed.
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet. But I never thought you'd pull something like this.
You never told me not to go in the library.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah. I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
Also,
to be fair, you never told us never to go to the library.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of a cunt.
Apparently in the comics it's a
That
dude.
anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know that, right? Don't hold it against Sarah.
She may try to mask her feelings, but you know she is struggling with what happened.
I don't know, I feel like she might have a dick.
Why are you hiding from her?
For most people, the captivating relationships of their lives are formed over a matter of days and years. Sarah and I spent centuries together exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. And yet we persevered together.
You still have not answered my question.
It may be difficult to understand, but she needs this time. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library, that elaborate memorial she conjured up, she didn't waste any time trying to bury what happened.
You are right. I do not understand.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. It's up to her to accept what happened and allow herself to grieve. When that happens, we'll see each other again, but not before.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah. So, what is it you are looking at here?
Yes, we should get back to the real reason I asked you to meet me here. Wanda's journal. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even after all this time.
Even to you?
Even to me. Wanda had taken to exploring the grounds in search of a strange energy we both sensed. Knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate, Wanda felt it was up to her to take your place. Of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient, transient cipher that I've only just begun to understand. Have a look at the first entry.
Oh, no. Marvel Illustrated was proof that Marvel knew goddamn well that both men and women read comics, because those dudes in those Speedos was nice. They knew. They knew. I have to restore what I've taken from the altar. The damage I've done can only be reversed when all the element rods have been returned.
I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but Wanda was definitely onto something. If you remember my altar, that's where she was conducting her experiments.
An investigation that involves experiments? Why do I feel like you are going to get me into trouble?
Since when has that ever stopped you? Let's meet out at the altar. I'll try to do a better job of explaining from there. Charlie will show you the way if you've forgotten.
Where's Charlie? I need to pet Charlie.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find all the elemental rods. I remember where 3 of them are.
I remember, I think, where they all are. Can I look at that? That one's always in an awkward spot. Nope, that's not that one. There it is.
Intriguing.
I do like that art. No, there will be no She-Hulk twerking. A manifesto by Dr. Doom. Do you want to read this, or should we just let them read it?
Dr. Doom. Power and conquest have been my ambitions since early youth.
Only a traction of individuals possess the strength of will to even pursue such destinies. For one must be perfect in both mind and body before a journey as this nature may begin. My ascent to godhood began with quest for answers. A means to free my imprisoned mother from Mephisto's grasp in the depths of hell itself. That singular focus opened my mind to the power of arcane sorceries,
I concluded that forbidden magics must be combined with disciplined academic study to free my mother's soul and ensure my victory when facing Mephisto. My experiments sought to resolve this conflict, which led me to the regrettable encounter with Reed Richards and the explosion that scarred my flesh. From that point on, Richards and any others who opposed me would face the wrath of Victor Von Doom, reborn from the ashes with the means and technology vastly superior to anything seen before, now armored and set out to take what is rightfully mine. Many have sought to topple me from the throne of conquest, yet all have failed. The Fantastic Four mere playthings. For my amusement, let us consider the Hulk, thought to embody unlimited raw and destructive energy, and yet, Hulk, like all others, even in my intensi... Sorry, I skipped the line. Like all others, unable to withstand my power-armored blows. Even in my infancy as Dr. Doom, I seized the power cosmic and the surface board with ease. Guardians, heroes, whatever they wish to call themselves, a little more than childlike pawns. Even Thanos, self-appointed tyrant of the galaxy, has laid waste by a single blow from Doom's fist. For the record, Thanos did not possess the Infinity Gauntlet at that point. But no matter, he would have been put in his place. Such is the will of Doom.
My editor fucking loves Doom.
Dr. Doom is ridiculous.
He is fun, but he's one that they really never get right on the like in movies. Except ironically, the Corman movie did him really well.
Sort of, yeah.
The Bloody Dynasty has stood watch for eons. With each generation, our blades have run red with the blood of the fallen as we seek to bring about order. Only the 9 lords of the Etherdark stand in challenge the will of the Blood family, and they will never relent. Yeah. Can't open that yet. Hi, Charlie. Hold on, Charlie. Gotta go get the thing. Or did I already pick it up from over here? I did. Okay. Go on, Charlie.
You got the water stone?
Yep. I'll let Charlie lead me there, because then I can use that for fast travel. Charlie's such a good girl.
Open sesame!
The goddess of order approves.
I was not expecting Skyrim-style game mechanics in this.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the vessels. And all of your ingredients. And you can open that door.
Yeah, I'll come back to this.
Noble Ashtur guides my hand.
No, people don't like the movie Thanos because he was a filthy fucking commie. As far as I've heard, that's why a lot of people didn't like him.
What?
Yeah. That's what people have called him.
Because
Space commie.
Because
you haven't heard that? That's what everyone calls him.
What does Thanos have to do with communism?
I don't fucking know. That's what everyone calls him. It's a filthy space commie.
Other than the fact that he runs a dictatorship, basically.
I just think that's funny that that's what everyone calls him. I haven't watched it because I couldn't give 2 fucks.
I should take this back to
He ain't doing it to get laid by death. What the fuck do I care why he's doing anything at this point? The Hermit. Namor wields his trident with power, but remains tranquil in his strength below water, except if, Susan's around. This card represents solitude, and finding the answers sought from within one's own self. Unless one gets really horny.
So that's just saying that he's down there with blue balls.
Yeah! Basically all Namor's thing is. Because he wanted to kill half the universe to give everyone an abundance of resources. That was his okay, now I see why everyone was calling him a space commie. That makes more sense for that joke. God, I liked him better in the comics. Why is he evil? Fuck you, that's why.
Well, Thanos also snapped half of the beings in existence out of existence.
Domino knows the way in which the wheel will turn and shows the answer in the playing card she displays. This card represents luck and good fortune, along with the opportunity in future. God, I want these tarot cards. Let me see if there's anything else around here.
There should be at least one other stone in this area.
Yeah, he wanted to bang death. Didn't his original creator hate the movie version of him?
I have no idea.
Death stands before the black vortex, surrounded by the prized infinity stones, tempting us with possibility. This card represents transformation and entering a new phase of one's life.
Well, the irony, we were just talking about that.
If he's on your side, you may not be a good guy. Just throw Namor some fucking Sue Storm porn and he'll do whatever you want.
Or just, you know, break his legs.
That works too. Just kind of showing everybody around here. I thought there was another card in this area here. I can't
remember. No, there's a pathway. You're right, I think. Yeah, you're going the right way.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing if there's anything over here.
I think you were going the right way.
I am. I'm just fucking about.
Oh, the Havens.
I have not seen the movie. I've heard people didn't like the MCU version of Namor, and my response is, why are anybody surprised at this point?
Yep, journal entry.
I said I'm sorry so many times today. I might as well say it here too. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened out there. Agatha and I train at her altar all the time, but something was different. Somehow this time I lost control. Agatha could have been hurt, and it would have been my fault. Damn, I need to figure this stuff out. Caretaker isn't looking at me the same. Agatha makes it look so easy, and I just make everything harder. We'll find a way to draw the elemental energy back to the altar, and we'll try again, and we'll try again. We always do. Yes. Somehow I broke the cauldron too. I wasn't even in the library today. No, Agatha broke it and blamed you.
No, caretaker blamed her.
My favorite days are those with Agatha. She talks more than Sarah sometimes, but it doesn't feel like a drawling lecture. She's always smiling, and her face lights up when she tells me about all of the plants, trees, and mushrooms that we come across. I never thought I would find myself excited to share the healing properties of moonflowers or dryad saddles. Agatha tells me that one day knowing these things will come in handy, but for now, it's just fun to learn them.
Yeah, there's a lot of collectibles in this.
It is pretty good.
Alright, Agatha, what do you got to say?
Dead ass, when Thanos succeeded in Infinity War, he started a farm with his armor as a scarecrow. What the fuck?
That was in the comics, too.
Oh, okay. I've really not read that much with Thanos in it.
Like
if
most
I have,
things
I don't
on the
remember a lot
grounds
of it.
here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. Do you remember the words I taught you as a child?
Are you going to make me say
I
it?
love this joke.
Humor an old, dead woman.
Hocus pocus.
You haven't lost your touch, dear. The words may be simple, but these plinths won't appear for just anyone. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here. Hopefully, as I decipher Wanda's journal, her notes will aid in the search.
But you have not actually told me what the greater purpose is here. What are we doing this for?
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda, I'd rather you take things slowly. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little project. There's no rush, and you don't have to help if you don't feel like it. But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
Oh.
Yay.
An arcane key.
Just a little something. A token for your efforts so far. The key can be used to open that chest nearby. Like so many other oddities around here, those chests tend to appear before those who deserve them most. Make yourself that person.
That seems intentionally vague.
It's more fun that way, isn't it? I'll be in the library working on the translations if you need me, dear. Good luck.
How to tell Agatha's fucking with you. She starts talking. I like that. Somebody said, what was it? Just say sorry whenever you meet someone, Wanda. You probably ruin their life somehow. You're not wrong. Scarlet Witch is called Scarlet Bitch for a reason.
She's actually not as terrible.
No, she's not as bad in this, but you do know why that's said. She's done some awful shit. She all proudly holds the scales of justice in one hand, and her briefcase in the other, ready to face the courtroom. This card represents justice and fairness, and righting the wrongs of the world, and not fucking twerking.
Maybe just a little bit of twerking.
Twerking with some better animation, at least.
Yes.
This actually probably would have better animation. We opened. No. No.
Fancy.
No. Did you get that one? Did you get the pink one too for the guy?
I've been buying every single thing that I can get my hands on with the what I forget what it's called, Gleam or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you unlock the more of those chests that you open, the more of this shit you'll unlock. But the other thing is that eventually you'll be able to at least unlock the lower ones without having keys.
That looks terrible.
Dear God.
It looks really fucking bad.
It's Mimi from the Drew Carey Show.
There we go.
You can also change your actual eyeball color as well.
I was getting to that. I'm a woman, this is very important.
I was talking about this, actually.
Oh, Merry Christmas, guys. That was completely unintentional, but it works.
Whores. Jesus, Mary, Mother of God.
You were saying about whores?
Yep, no, keep going.
Oh, I don't have 100, never mind.
The irony of dressing your character up like a whore when you know they're never going to get any.
There'll be a mod for that, damn it. Give it time.
Be. There better be.
That is the one everyone's been bitching about.
I'm sorry.
That you can't do.
I want a porn mod that's a joke in this, where your character gets to fuck everything.
God, I hope so, because I'm going for Blade's ass. Carol ain't gonna make the move. I'm going for it.
Just do like a group orgy thing.
Someone's gonna make a mod for that. So what hair color do you guys want? You can make your character a stereotypical Tumblr user. You can also do highlights, which is nice. I do like the highlights. That is nice. That is nice. You can also change the hair.
The customization system in this is fucking insane.
I'm going to actually change the customization.
They made you look Asian. Sort of.
We can do Trinity.
Once you get 150 of your gloss.
I know I need to save. Sadly, no. Yeah, there's no cheats either. Surprisingly for this, because I've been checking because I wanted to fuck around with something with cheats on.
There is something you can get later on that can make it easier to get certain things, but you also need to collect certain elements from the Abbey, which you're kind of addicted to.
I'm gonna start. I gotta explore to get the other rods. First, let me put the ones we have in.
So we have the air rod and the water rod.
Holds. The air rod goes in.
I can't remember which one.
That's fire. That's earth. I think.
What was Wanda up to here?
Another arcane key. Fuck yeah. No, well, I'm using what is it, WeMod, and there's no mods for this yet, or any cheats for this yet. Like I said, I wanted to do a cheat thing where I wanted to fuck around with something, but it didn't work. Like they didn't have anything up yet. So it's time to explore a little, everybody.
Yeah, it just launched. Oh, you have a Haven location. Yep.
I don't know if you can you do glasses? I can't remember.
Can you do what?
Glasses?
There are face stuff. Yeah, here I'm pretty sure you can. I know.
Yeah, we haven't unlocked any yet.
You will unlock the more.
Maybe not reference Silk comment or game. Maybe not reference Silk, considering what she's actually known for doing.
Is it raping people?
Yes.
Really?
You didn't know that? The only reason that Peter Parker had sex with her is because she used pheromones to force him into it. Oh yeah, no, go ask Nerd Wonder. She'll go fucking psycho on you about it.
Oh yeah, that's nothing new in Marvel.
I know, but it's still rapey.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. But I mean, it's the same thing as She-Hulk and Star Fox.
What man's gonna say no to She-Hulk? Let's be honest.
Well, no, that was the opposite. You can still get that.
I actually have the Superman comic that they don't talk about anymore, where it gets a little rapey.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you meant the one where he was going to have sex with his cousin.
No, I forgot about that one. Thank you.
Yeah, you can go further down that other little way over there
over
to get to the yeah. There's a little thing at the end here. You have to go.
Okay, that's where it is.
Yep.
This is which sign?
Yep. I can't remember if there's anything you can get over here currently.
I thought there was, but I guess not yet.
Yeah, there is something eventually, but I think you have to regress in the plot a lot more before you get it. I'm trying to remember where the other ones are, because there's a few of them that are... I mean, searching around isn't a bad thing to do in general anyway in this.
It is fun.
There's a bunch of shit, plus the collectibles are fun to kind of get the outer edges of the story.
We're just gonna show you guys. There's nothing important in here yet.
No, this is Robbie's garage. So that's the hell car. Which is basically just a version of the Mad Max Black on Black.
Didn't it come before that? Or no, it didn't.
No, I think that's actually supposed to be I think it's supposed to be a Charger. I think this is the furthest north you can go in this section because...
Yeah, I'm gonna go along the wall.
Yeah, I think you can travel along the wall for a little while. Yeah, you can't break. You don't have break yet, so...
I'm also looking for the witch stuff to collect.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you've guessed what this is yet.
Don't tell him.
I'm not gonna tell them. I'm just curious if they guess what it is yet, which there's stuff in there, too, if you haven't collected anything from it.
Yeah, but that's more important a little later, so I'm just gonna save it to when I have to go over there. Because you can't collect the thing yet.
Hmm.
You can go down there, you just can't do jack and shit in there. And there's the one we opened, right? Yeah. We want to go this way. Come here, you fucking rods. For a reason, have been getting really fucking weird, superiority complex when they believe. Here, I haven't seen these guys do that. Have these guys gotten like that? These guys have been pretty good about that kind of stuff. Okay, so here's one of the areas we can really explore.
Yeah, you can keep moving.
I can't remember where the two fucking rods are, and it's gonna bug me.
I think there's one down here.
Up this way?
I think so, yes.
That is something. Curious.
Oh yeah, okay, we did look around here before, a little bit. Give. Not these guys, thankfully, but a lot of... No, I've seen devs act absolutely... I've dealt with devs that have acted that stupid. I had a dev who wanted me to review their game, and I told them, you know, all I ask as payment is just give a shout out, you know, on your Patreon or something about the review, and he goes, no, that would be paying for a review. I don't do that. And I'm like, well, then you don't get a review then. It's not paying for a review, that's, you know, doing a favor. Handmade hunter doll. This doll never had to leave its family behind. Maybe that's why I made it?
Was I ever really this innocent? Maybe before I started my training.
Magic.
We are not going to use the arcane on that.
Perhaps a witch from the Salem Coven made this.
Oh, well, Blizzard's a lost cause. EA is EA. Remember that. Today, with the help of my loyal followers, I continue to work on the foundations of this house of worship. I knew I was called here to this spot for a reason, and praise be, I have found that reason. This page I have unearthed is no ordinary parchment, but whispers to me, calling me to extend my influence and share these words with the people of this village. When he calls, I will listen, for I am his faithful servant. The page whispers to me, and I weep with joy. It is the most clear example of his hand that I have ever witnessed. God just decided to fuck with this dude.
And then this dude decided to lose his mind.
Yeah. I've seen that.
You have to, so yeah, no, you can't do anything with that yet. And you got a blue box over here if you want to use that key.
Heck yeah.
You have two of them.
Got some schematics for the room. Caretaker never did like the idea of being idolized in doll form.
Caretaker hardly spoke
I don't think Caretaker likes much.
But I like to imagine my father was a great hero whose spirit protected these woods.
I already have an idea of who your dad probably was, girl. Where in the hell? I found them right away when I first played, and now I don't remember where the other three are.
Was her dad Deadpool?
You know what? At this point, I could see them doing that just to fuck with everyone.
Yeah, this one's a dead end. You need to break a building.
Give your soul to the game. I already did that, and Mike's already fully done that.
Yep. Like I said, I almost have all my guys maxed out, and I found out apparently at the end of the game. I'm not giving away anything about the story, but in terms of like the post end game stuff, like once you play missions on the table, you get to unlock your cosmetics through the missions, which means I have a whole bunch more addiction to go through.
You're gonna 100% this damn game.
It's gonna be a while, but yeah, I will eventually.
Unless they literally have a program in here that just invents color schemes for you to put on characters.
Oh god, we'll never see you again.
It just means I can never open another crate until I catch up. That's literally
every month there's a new update with a new design. You're just crying, yep. Let me free!
Yep, you need another word to activate this area. And there's your tarot card.
Jean Grey stands powerfully and summons flames from her palms, holding her stance and waiting for the next move. This card represents instinct and wisdom. Yeah, you just used wisdom in Jean Grey. Bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm one of the people that doesn't like her.
She is kind of a bitch. Most of the X-Men women are.
Yeah, it almost didn't. If I would have had to be out any longer, we would not have continued the stream. Okay, I thought maybe it was down here. There we got a book.
Oh yeah, that's your arcane recipe book. Or one of them. Yep, there's another blue box.
Yes, but there's a purple box, so I'm going to wait on for the purple box.
Yep. Fortunately,
Can't do that one yet.
Yeah, you need the moonstone to open it.
I think I actually technically...
I need to find the next moon seal.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are those rods?
You want me to look it up?
Yes, please. I'll keep running.
You got the two that I remember their locations.
Jean is dead. Which time?
I was gonna say there's been quite a few times. Oh, so go to Hunter's Folly on the map.
Oh, there's one there.
Yeah, go there on the map. That's where you find the Earth Rod.
Known as
I'll walk you through it.
Much like Nico, her powers came dangerously close to crossing the line. But she was among the most loyal.
All right, now go up to the front of your thing and use the open spell.
Dang, they did make a nice coffin for me. Look at that.
Yep. There's your,
it is one of the
rod.
elemental rods.
And then...
I think there's another thing back here.
The fire one, you literally need to go back to the chapel and just go to the end of the chapel.
Let me see. The chapel?
Go to the Abbey.
Okay.
To just fast travel to the Abbey. And then go all the way, go turn around and go all the way to the end of the crew's quarters.
Why do people simp for Jean Grey? Redhead.
Redhead, and she's hot.
That's literally the only reason.
Right, there's a tarot card there.
Electrical energy spurts around Thor as he wields Mjolnir. God, I will never be able to say it right. This card represents great courage and taking control of one's destiny.
Mjolnir.
I said it.
Just what I was looking for.
Yep, and that's the last one you had to get.
And,
that is actually for that stone puzzle, but I don't think you can actually...
I can't. I just
no. You actually can complete that now.
No, you can't, because you can't press the buttons yet. Not until you get the second one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, you're correct. But you're getting it right here.
Every guy I know had a crush on Rogue. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah?
Yeah, the cartoon totally didn't help with that one.
Oh, no, it did.
They were like, you want to model that ass? We want to model that ass.
The grave of Jeremiah Kane. Another host of the spirit of vengeance.
Apparently she's not going to be changed in the new
I wonder if he was as conflicted
reboot
as
either.
Robbie is about being a Ghost Rider.
Oh.
Rogue. They're not actually going to change anything, because apparently the director has said that if any of the writers tries to change anything, they are going to be fired instantly. Oh. AKA, we fucking know what's going to make us money. Disney told us not to fuck with shit this time.
Yep.
Which is smart.
Only one more to go.
You think Caretaker's gonna be pissed at us twice tonight?
Probably. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't count it as separate times being pissed because I don't think she was ever not pissed off about the first time.
She was happy when we were awake for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. The moon seals are ancient talismans of the old gods. And in your case, they are the keys to unlocking an even greater gift.
Is that why Wanda was here? In pursuit of this gift?
Just as we started with you as a child, I allowed Wanda to experiment here, with the hope of focusing her powers through training in basic elemental magic.
But that is not what happened.
Wanda's connection to the old gods, to Chthon, was not the same as yours. She isn't descended from the blood, and the trials weren't meant for her.
But you knew this before she started?
I did. And you should understand that I regret not putting a stop to her efforts sooner.
Then what really happened here?
When Wanda tried to use this moon seal to access the next trial, the Bloodgate didn't open. But the seal's power did have an effect. She had visions, both terrible and somehow alluring at the same time. What started as idle curiosity became a compulsion for her.
And now I am on the same path. So where is the next Bloodgate?
Beyond the Standing Stones, if memory serves. I doubt you'll have any trouble finding it.
No, I won't lie, Alice. If Storm was real, I'd go by too. She's probably the best of the female X-Men characters.
Who?
Storm?
Oh yeah, no. Definitely probably the most level-headed out of the bunch.
She's the one when she's mad, everyone and their mother learns to run. Like, even Dr. Doom would be like, who the fuck did it? Who made her mad?
In the comic book, she's a monarch of a country.
I know. I'm just saying, she's the one that when she's mad, you know shit's gone down.
Yeah, she also has, her powers are fucking ridiculous when she gets angry, because they're directly linked to her emotions.
So I guess I'm just nibbling on something.
You still have somebody you need to talk to somewhere. Oh, good call.
Like, I got a key I need to use, damn it, I have an addiction.
Yep, there you go. Now you got a couple of shaders. Doctor Strange. Yeah, it is bullshit how much they make those costs.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think it's their incentive to try and get you to play at higher levels. Because you get more gloss if you play at more higher difficulty.
I tried playing at a higher difficulty against Crossbones. Never again.
What did you play?
He fucked my ass into the ground.
Did you play it at the highest difficulty or the second highest?
Second highest.
Mine's playing. I've been playing.
It's because it's the mission where you go from one mission directly into the other one, so you don't have a chance to heal up or get.
Yeah. Although I think most of those in the game you have two different teams.
No, that one you only have one. That's the cap one.
Okay.
That's a bullshit mission if you're going for a higher difficulty.
You still have somebody you need to talk to. Oh, it looks like it's Agatha in the library. Agatha, also that skull is a gift.
Mine.
Yay.
Somebody's getting a skull for a present.
I wish Tony had put real booze in the bar.
I do like that they actually addressed that. Also, that means he came in here and threw out everybody else's booze.
Or he hid it somewhere.
Blade wants his martini.
I see you found one of the elemental rods. If you'd like to keep going, you may keep searching for more. I see you found another of our mystic landmarks. These are the standing stones.
So she's just giving you background on all four of them at the same time.
Used them to converse with the elder gods.
How does that work?
Members of the Blood would gather among the stones and enter a sort of meditative trance. They say the gods would hear their thoughts, but the blood never knew for sure who was listening on the other end. Some of the older texts refer to a series of glyphs etched on the stones, but at first glance they seem to have been scoured clean by time itself.
Could they still be revealed somehow?
You read my mind, Hunter. I suspect the glyphs are still here. They just need the right words of encouragement, if you catch my meaning.
No, Kurt's always been my favorite X-Men character. I love Nightcrawler.
You said something earlier about the blood.
In a world full of mysteries, the blood have managed to remain even more mysterious than most. They were an ancient race, said to be born of the Elder Gods. As I understand it, they were very strict about maintaining their bloodline. That's probably why you don't hear about them very often. And yet, here you are, one of their direct descendants.
Are there others?
It's quite possible. But even if there are, they might not even know it themselves. Somehow, I take comfort in that.
What they do not know cannot hurt them.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, I think if the one you're talking about where Jubilee is crucified, I believe that's the one where the writer was really, really against Christianity and shit. If that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was the one where they introduced the Purifier cult, I think. The one that was run by the comic version of William Stryker.
I think so. If I remember, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it was a big issue. Although, technically, Marvel just had something very similar a couple years ago where you had a very anti-Semitic writer, which was making his poor artist put shit in that he didn't realize it. If anyone remembers what I'm talking about, congratulations, because I'm pretty sure those comics are unfindable right now. This is why editors might want to check their shit a lot more carefully. Yeah. And yes, this did actually happen a couple of years ago. A writer at Marvel got caught doing that, because the reason people caught it was, it was Kitty that they put, I think, like, Jew or something really weird right above her head. And people were like, why is that there? It's not like it's been a secret what she is, but it was just like an out-of-place thing.
Jews.
And I remember the joke somebody said is, God, don't let this writer ever find out what Thing is.
Ooh.
After our last battle, what happened to Lilith?
You were in the woods. You and your mother obviously came to blows. But we found no wounds, no evidence of what happened at all. A silent, deathly embrace between mother and child. We had hoped you would both find peace in the next life.
But she's not buried here?
No. We entrusted her to the Knights of Wondergore, the ancient protectors of your ancestral homeland in Transia. I don't think they ever expected to contend with an organization like Hydra, and I doubt Lilith spared any who survived her reawakening.
Yep, no, the Thing is a homage to Jack Kirby, which is really, really funny. I always thought that was great.
What would Wanda want with your altar?
What can I say? Some people have a curious, adventurous itch that just has to be scratched. I was one of them, and so was Wanda. Caretaker, not so much, but I see it again in you, Hunter.
So you encouraged her exploration?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? What good is being as powerful as we are if we're just going to spend all our time cooped up within these walls? What's the worst that could happen? You got me there, dear.
Thank you, Med. Yes, they were very, very anti-Hitler during World War II because a lot of the writers and artists and stuff were actually in the war. So it's also very much why the whole thing about Marvel's editor saying Captain America was, you know, a Hydra member in secret for the whole 70 years. There's a very big reason on why people got pissed with that. Does anyone want to guess the reason? Because kind of shows that maybe some people shouldn't be editors and writers of things that they don't really give a fuck about.
What do you know about the moon seals?
Presumably forged by the gods themselves, I like to think of a moon seal as both a lock and a key. With the right power, wielded by the right person, the energy of the seal is unleashed, creating a conduit to the Elder Gods.
And I am that right person?
Just another benefit of being descended from the blood. Lucky you, dear.
Actually, there's some fun stories from what I've read about, because Jack Kirby was in the war and he wanted to help fight, and when they found out who he was, they had him writing letters home for the soldiers, because a lot of them back then during World War II, you know, couldn't write and stuff. And he was apparently constantly bitching about that. Even though he enjoyed doing it for the soldiers, he wanted to be out there doing more, being more of a help.
Where did the words of power come from?
While I often call them blessings or gifts of the old gods, the words of power are actually powerful invocations tuned to the unique energies found in descendants of the blood.
And Caretaker used the words as well?
Of course, dear. Sarah used the words of power on the Abbey grounds just as you do today. Many of the areas you encounter that seem receptive to these spells are actually the result of Sarah's frequent undertakings.
And yet she bitches at us when we use it. Hey, can you write letters home? Yeah, he would do letters home. I've seen images. He would actually draw, like, if he knew that they had kids and stuff, or, like, if they like certain comic characters, he'd actually draw pictures of them on the letters for the family and stuff. That's why it was always funny that apparently he'd bitch about doing it, but he'd always be, you know, happy to do it type of thing. It was one of those kinds of things. I actually got to meet one of Jack Kirby's, I think it was one of his grandkids, because somebody I know was doing a panel about Jack Kirby. Because Jack Kirby, do you guys remember Underoos, the underwear? All the animations that you saw for those, the commercials, were actually designed by Jack Kirby. And the family had actually brought some of the never-before-seen, like, sketches that he did, and the whole storyboards. And there's one storyboard that makes me laugh, and I'm not joking. The video's probably still up because I recorded the panel. It said, like, "Dear God, help me. I'm drawing Wonder Woman spinning around with a little girl. What am I doing with my life?"
Yes.
I mean, I get it as an artist as big as he is, but it's still one of those really funny things.
It is time for the next day.
I am going. You want to do one more day in this game?
It's up to you.
Or do you want to move on? Do you guys want to do one more game in this game, or do you guys want to move on to Weird Web Games? Wonder Woman Spin. Yeah, no, it should be on my channel, because like I said, I recorded it. In fact, if you see the guy waving like a freaking maniac at the beginning, that's my friend. I met him at the con. I was actually sitting with the person who was my cameraman, and we were watching them set up the Ninja Turtles area, because the con didn't open when it should have for press. And I was seeing them set up the manhole, and I go, "It's Ninja Turtles." And my friend goes, "That's fucking stupid." And I don't know why the other guy chimed in, and we just started talking like 50s, 60s, and 70s cartoons for 2 hours. And then he goes, "I gotta go get ready for my panel." And I'm like, "Oh, you're a guest." And he goes, "You didn't look at my badge." I'm like, "I'm supposed to do that?" He goes, "Yeah, no, as press, you probably should." And this is why I make friends that still remember me even today. Because that was quite a few years ago. Let's see, everybody wants to move on? But, okay, let's move on to the next day and then we'll save. Still better than the current Wonder Woman movies. I've heard the first one is good. I've seen a little bit of it. I liked a little bit.
The second one is AIDS.
That's what I've heard. This game retcons
And Wonder Woman
WandaVision.
rapes people.
What? No, what?
You didn't hear about that?
No. Wonder Woman, no.
Yeah, no. It basically that's what it is.
What? Wonder Woman's like really horny shit.
Wonder Woman makes a wish because she wants Steve Trevor's penis back, and they decide to just simply put his soul into another random guy's body, and then she sleeps with that random guy because to her he looks like Steve Trevor, but it's not his body. So she raped a man.
This is why we don't let directors write movies.
Oh, you want to hear the even funnier part of the entire thing?
No.
Is that apparently Wonder Woman 3 is getting scrapped because the studio actually read Patty Jenkins' script for it this time and said no, and she said she refused to change it, so they just said they're not going to do a third one.
Yeah, I saw James Gunn said something about that a lot of it was because of the script. And I'm like, oh my god, quietly release the script.
They said this, from what I understand, the script reminded them a lot of the similar problems that 1984 had.
Maybe, and hear me out, guys, we get a comic writer and, you know, a movie writer to work together to make, you know, a comic book movie. Weird, right?
Nah, that'll never happen.
Nah. Who wrote the Batman ones for Tim Burton? Just get that guy.
Come closer. I want to get a better look at you.
Remember, guys, don't be horny for Mommy Lilith.
After all these years,
you bitch.
It's good to see your face again.
Wish I could say the same, Mother. Now enough with this deception and reveal your true form.
But this is my true form. The way I was when you were just a sweet, helpless little baby. You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. Bringing you into the world was the happiest time in my life.
I figured that it was the aftermath of that that would have been the happiest time of your life. The actual moment was probably extraordinarily painful.
Open your eyes.
She's into that.
But I should have known my sister and her pet witch would continue to withhold the truth from you.
I figured in terms of, like, magic, it would just make childbirth all that much easier because you could just teleport the fetus outside the body.
Oh, God, if there's a prequel comic that explains shit because of you, I'm blaming you.
That's like the magic version of a cesarean.
And what truth is that?
The truth they are keeping from you. You need only.
Wait! Mother! Where did you...
Mommy issues the game.
Yep. I hate you, Mom. Why do you hate you? Because Auntie said I should hate you.
That is literally what it is right now for you. It's like, oh, we have to believe she's evil. We need, before we end, everyone's gonna demand we do it.
I mean, she also, at the beginning, tried to blow up Dr.
Charlie, don't lick the chest. Thank you, Charlie.
Yes.
Charlie's a good girl.
Lick wherever we rub the peanut butter, child.
Mike, no!
Who's a good
Mike,
girl?
not on stream. We're not a Twitch pot. Even if the makeup says otherwise. Alright, so we are gonna move on to the next game. I am glad you guys are enjoying this. We will do more next stream. We'll do a little bit each stream of this. And if you guys want, we can always invite Mike again. You know, if he's been playing Marvel Midnight Suns this entire time.
No, it's just been running. I haven't actually been playing it.
Could have just said yes and just let them see how you can multitask.
Don't tell people you can do things that you can't.